golden be I the fruit of faith, that fame spread far and wide. With hearts of joy, we sing of peace, stand firm in truth and honesty. Gold and white for excellence, academics with godliness, building leaders, all in faith for all endeavors. The future holds, forward we go in good faith. God is our help, our guide, we shall never fail. Forward we go in good faith. God is our help, our guide, we shall never fail. Amen. 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 Oh, amen. 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 Peace and you.
Okay, so a very great morning to you, everyone. Thank you so very much for being here today. Yes, how you doing? Compliments of season. Welcome to the final trade session for the year 2025. How are you doing? Compliments of the season, everyone. Please let me know that you can hear me loud and clear so that I can proceed on the conversation. Okay, apologies for us starting by this time. I needed to sort out some other things. And then I also realized that since everybody is home, it would be best to start by 10 than 9 a.m. so that people can prepare their mind and get ready for the session by 10 a.m. to 12 noon, right? Okay, so that's why we didn't start by 9 as scheduled. And then we felt it was better to make it a combined session so we can have enough time to go over the session than to make it 1 hour per session, right? So we're using one slide and we're taking the whole 2 hours for everybody from 100 levels through to 400 levels. So good morning, everyone. Thank you. Great morning, everyone. Thank you so very much for being here. You could see the Christmas fanciful design around. It's the festive season, is the season of giving, the season of love, the season of Christ's birth, and we celebrate Christmas. I don't know about you, but we celebrate Christmas because we believe in the person of Jesus, and we celebrate his birth because if he wasn't born, he would not be able to die for us and redeem us back to God. So that's why we celebrate Christmas. So that's why we have all of the Christmas paraphernalia on the screen. Right. So how are you guys doing? How's the holiday going at home? Hope you're having an amazing time at home. Hope you are resting, you are reading, and you are enjoying the moment with your family, friends, and loved ones. Hope you're enjoying home, right? Some people say they have been working at home and all of that. It's part of the celebration. Yeah, you have to work. You have to kill the chicken, kill the goat, kill the ram, prepare the rice. So you have to do a lot of work, right? So they say it's called a workshop. Where you walk, you chop, right? So you walk and you chop, right? Anyways, hope you're enjoying the season. And by the way, please don't forget to also read because by the time you resume, you'll be having exams come February. So start going through your notes, start preparing for exam in view. Don't just do celebration and forget that you have exam coming up, right? Exam has been scheduled and it will go as scheduled. So start reading, start preparing yourself in view of exam. So as you relax, as you rest, you should also read. Remember these 3 arrows. You relax, you rest, and then you also read so that you get yourself ready by the time school resumes by the 5th of January, right? School is resuming by the 5th. You should be back here by the 4th. So get yourself ready. Don't take that because you're home, you suspend everything education. Not true, right? Don't do that to yourself. You would regret it, and we don't want you regretting it. So today, welcome, welcome, welcome. So before we begin this morning, I want to see in the comments that you are ready for this session. Just type "I am ready" in the comment section so I know that you're ready for this session. It's 10 a.m. on the dot, so we're about to begin. So I want to see those who are ready, who are excited, who are ready for this session. To type in the comments, "I am ready." Just type "I am ready" in the comments so that we can begin the session. Please do well to remind your colleagues, your friends, put it on your class group chat that we have started. Today, our session is on accountability. Remember, TRAME. TRAME is about truth, relationship, academics, mindset, entrepreneurship. So this time we felt it's time for us to take accountability. This is the end of the year. Let's take stock of our year. What were the things that we did? What were the things that we couldn't do? What were the things that we hoped to do, but we couldn't do them? So we're taking reflections of the year and also finance management because money is very important, right? In the world that we live in today, money is very important. Some people say that money makes the world go round. Other people say that what money can't do, more money will do, right? And I often say this, that nothing but money is sweeter than honey, right? Nothing but money is sweeter than honey. So we need to look at our finances. How have we done financially in this year? And what are our financial projections for the coming year, right? So these are things that we're going to be talking about this morning for the next 2 hours. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be engaging as usual. So I encourage you to participate, right? That's how you make the most of these sessions. You get to participate and be in class, right? Don't think of, oh, attendance. You're bigger than that at this point, right? Taking account of your year is more than just signing attendance. So be here for you, right? And tell yourself the truth while you're here and hold yourself accountable. So this morning, we are going to begin our session right about now. And this session is on accountability, reflections, and finance management. Now, there are going to be a couple of questions that I'm going to ask. So I expect to get feedback that I'll put on screen so that we can make this class participatory, right? We have to participate in the class so that we can have the most of the learning experience, right? Okay, so let's begin. I see all the I'm ready. So we can begin. Now I know that you are ready, right? So we can now begin because I needed to be sure that we are ready for this. Like they always say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So now that you're ready, I am ready. Let's get this show on the road, right? Fantastic. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. Okay. Now let's take our 2025 overview, right? Let's take our 2025 overview. So I want you to give me your feedback. What were 3 things that you learned in 2025? Type in the comments. 3 things I learned in 2025. Type in the comment. The 3 things that you learned in 2025. There could be more, but what are the top 3 things that you learned in 2025? Tell me in the comments. Now, what 3 things did you start in 2025? Tell me in the comment. You could have started a business, you could have started a relationship, you could have started saving. What 3 things did you start in 2025? Type it in the comments. And then, what 3 things did you stop in 2025? Right? Did you stop being lazy? Did you stop procrastinating? Did you stop making excuses? Type in the comments your overview of 2025. Start out with the 3 things that you learned, right? Then tell me the 3 things that you start, and then tell me the 3 things that you stop. Now, this will help us to know how the year has been for you, right? It will help us know how things have fared for you in this year. So what were the things that you learned? So tell me 3 things that you learned. I'm waiting in the comments. So we'll take them one after the other. Let me see 3 things that you learned. That's one. I learned that people change a lot. Type the three in one comment, so it's easy for me to project it. Type the three in one comment, not one, one, one. Just type the three together in one comment so I can easily take it. Right? Somebody said, I learned that people change a lot. Oh, great. Thank you so much for sharing that. People can change, right? Someone says, Miss Tovia says, you can create anything with the right mindset. Fantastic. How did you create something with the right mindset? Tell me. Like, tell me the things that you learned. Now, this will help you sit back and look at your year. So, what have you been able to do? Because sometimes when the year is about to end, people start to feel bad and say, oh, I didn't do much this year. I didn't learn anything. Oh, I didn't achieve my goals. But this helps you to get an overview for yourself. What three things did I learn? What three things did I start? What three things did I stop? Right? I want to get that feedback from you before we make progress this morning. Okay, someone said, Gabriel Leslie says, I learned how to be consistent. That's one. Give me the three. Give me the three things that you learned. Don't put one, put the three together so I can take it as one. Right? I learned that you can do things based on determination. This is from Choice of Sazer. Thank you for that. Fantastic. So I love this. Marvelous Amarachi says, I learned faith in God, patience, and neuroplasticity. Yes, I love this. Neuroplasticity. That tells you that you can rewire your brain, right? You can rewire your brain through the learnings that you take. Thank you so much for sharing that, Marvelous Amarachi. You learn faith in God, you learn patience, you learn neuroplasticity. Fantastic. I love this. Osaige Blessing says, I learned to be patient. I learned to be more productive. I learned to be optimistic. Thank you for this. Osaige Blessing, thank you. Grace says, I learned to believe in myself. Okay, that's just one. Tell me the three things that you learned. I like to take the three. It helps me when I take all three. I learned to be resilient this year. Honesty. Honest wins. Thank you for that. I learned to be obedient, patient, and have faith in God. Abiowe Princess, thank you so much for that. I learned to be steadfast. Excellence, thank you for that. Ochuko, I learned to lose sometimes. I learned to lose and think differently. Okay. I learned to let loose sometimes, and I learned to let loose and think differently. Okay, that's good. Ochuko, thank you for sharing that. I learned to put God first, patience, and contentment. Tonye Sawyer. Yeah, thank you for that. I learned to put God first, patience, and contentment. Okay. Miss Tovia said, you can create anything with the right mindset. And I know that because I was able to create my own culinary ebook. Congratulations, Tovia. Thank you for that. Number two, you learn time is money. Amazing. And number three, you learn that I am not too young to give out value. Thank you so much for that, Tovia. Thank you for that. Choice continued her. She says, I learned that it's never too late to retrace your step. And I learned it's never too late to change. Fantastic. Great. Great. Saint Death says, I learned to be patient, reliable, and grow from mistake. Fantastic. I learned to be okay with what I have. That's from Blessed. And I learned to be patient. I learned to be consistent. I learned to be fervent in prayers. That's from Olumachi. Okay, now we've shared what we learned. Let's tell me the three things that we start. Three things you started in 2025. Tell me three things that you started. Right now, let's move on to the three things that you start. Let's now take the three things that you start. We've seen the things that you learned. Fantastic, right? Let's look at the things that you also were able to start in 2025. I learned to be consistent. I learned to communicate my feelings instead of being quiet. This is very important, Gabriel. And I learned to trust God's timing. Thank you for sharing this, Gabriel Leslie. Okay, I learned to always do things at the right time to avoid procrastination. Blessed, thank you so much. Now let's get to the things that you start. Chidinma says, I learned that it pays to do good and have a good heart. Number two, it's good to be honest. And number three, to appreciate always. Fantastic learning. Thank you, Chidima. Thank you for sharing that. Now, let's go to the three things that you start this year. What were three things that you started this year as a person? Right? We moved on from the things you learned. You can keep sharing what you learned, but I want to take the things that you start. What three things were you able to start for yourself this year? Tell me. I want to know. It's part of the accountability. What are the three things you were able to start for yourself this year, 2025? Who's going first? Who's going first? I'm sitting the lens. Let's go to the things that you started. I learned to be brave and outspoken. I learned how to, you didn't finish this, Esther. This is incomplete. I learned to be nice to people in any situation and also be honest about anything. In Abulele, Daniela, thank you for sharing that. Honesty, honest says, I learned to mind my business and respect people's opinion. Okay, great. So let's move on to the things you started. Fantastic. Excellence says, I started to know how to understand people more and give more open ears to people. Basically, just to be open and be a comfortable person that people can lean on without doubt. Great. I love that you started this. You were more empathetic towards people, right? More open ears, open and comfortable to people. That's great. I love that. Okay. Blessed says, I started tailoring, building friendship because I'm always quiet. That's great. Good things to start, right? Choice says, I started trusting God more than ever in 2025. I started a small business. Congratulations for your small business that you started. And I started saving more this year. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Choice, for saving and starting a small business and trusting God more in 2025. That's a good thing to start. Right? Aura Animation says, I started cooking, I started painting, and I started resting more. Fantastic. Even me, I started to rest more in 2025. I started to rest more. I used to rest. I started to rest more in 2025. Right? Taking my studies more seriously, Olumachi, setting better boundaries in relationship and focusing more on my personal growth and self-discipline. What a good start for you, Olumachi. Thank you for sharing that. Nancy Chidima says, I started appreciating the things I had rather than complain about the ones I don't. That's it. Thank you for that. More gratitude. Destiny says, I learned to be determined to make God number one of everything and being optimistic. Thank you so much for sharing that, Destiny. I learned to be determined, make God number one of everything I do and being optimistic. Thank you, Destiny, for sharing that. I learned that we have trust in God. No, Tobe Adebayo, tell us what you started. Let's move away from what you learned, what you started. I started being intentional about my personal growth and studies. This is from Gabriel. I started setting boundaries to protect my peace. I started believing in myself more and my abilities that I can do it. Yes, you can do it. Gabriel Leslie, you can do it. I believe in you. You can do it, Gabriel. I started praying. This is Abiyowe Princess. I started praying. I started being appreciative and taking my studies seriously. That's a good thing, Princess. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, this was still learned. No, well, the things you started. 2 years said, I started being myself instead of who people wanted me to be. Thank you, Tonye. Thank you. I started keeping account of what I do with my time and I started saving. Tonye, well done. Well done, Tonye. Blessed said, I saved this year to the fullest. Oh, yeah, now blessed. Send some as our way. Blessed, send some as our way. You saved to the fullest. That's a good thing that you started. Okay, I love this. Send this. I joined the school community. I opened more to godly activities and trying to rely on others. Fantastic. Great. You started something amazing. Let's go to the things you started. I started saving this year. Started learning how to say no
fully without feeling guilty. Tejiri, I see you. TJ, I see you. Thank you so much for sharing this. I started saving this year, started learning how to say no fully without feeling guilty. Now, I always tell people this, that no is a complete sentence without any explanation. No is a complete sentence without any explanation. Right? I started taking my studies seriously, Tokwe. Sweet Bethel, I started maintaining boundaries. Fantastic. Right? 3 things that you started. I started associating with people often, making friends, and disciplining myself. Chidima, thank you. I started to be open to accept people's ideas. Miss Tovia, I started being intentional to what I wanted to achieve, and I started associating myself with things that motivated me. Thank you so much for that, Miss Tovia. Success said I started a business. Congratulations. Congratulations, Success. I started understanding different kinds of people. I started trusting God, and I also kept on believing in myself. Okay. I started taking my studies seriously. Tejiri, thank you for sharing this. And speaking up when I felt offended instead of giving it to myself. TJ, I see you. I see you, Tejiri. Thank you. Okay, so let's go to the last one, right? What 3 things did you stop in 2025? I love what you learned. I love what you started. Let's hear the things that you got to stop in 2025. All your bad character and gutter behavior. Which did you stop in 2025? Let's hear it. What gutter behavior did you stop in 2025? I think I need to take away this Christmas banner. Everything looks so Christmassy. Let me. Okay, it's not yet Boxing Day, but let me see the holiday badge that will work. I will use this one. This one is better. That Christmas banner is still plenty everywhere. Okay, so tell me the things that you stopped. Tell me the 3 things that you stopped. I've seen those started. I started my voluntary service this year. I started creating content this year, and I started giving. And I started giving because Mr. Alex says we should give more. Dr. Alex says we should give more. Grace, thank you for giving. Thank you for giving more. Yes, thank you. You started something amazing. So let's hear the things that you stopped. In Abule Daniela said, I started a new skill and also taking my spiritual life seriously. Let's see the things that you stopped. Osarime said, I stopped having fake friends. Nice one. Nice one, Osarime. I stopped having fake friends. Nice one. Irobo Destiny says, believing in myself, learning new things, especially things that have to do with my career, setting boundaries in my relationship with people to protect my peace. Now, these are things you started. Let's hear the things that you stopped. Oh my God. Okay. Blessed says, I stopped judging people and I stopped keeping to myself. Fantastic. This is a good thing to stop. Stop judging people, right? You listen, you don't judge. You listen, you don't judge, right? Stop judging people. Tokmes says, I stopped following bad friends. Fantastic. You have seen the light. No more bad friends. No more bad company. Princess says, I stopped being what people want me to be and decided to be what I want to be for my own good. Thank you, Princess, for sharing this. We're taking this stop for now. Stop. I stopped giving people full access to my life. I stopped talking down on people, and I stopped keeping people that are jealous around me. Yes, let them go. Let them take their jealousy elsewhere. That gutter behavior of jealousy, let them take it elsewhere. I stopped tolerating gutter behavior for people. Faith, you have too much. High five, high five, high five, Faith. High five. Yes, you stop tolerating gutter behavior for people. Right? I stopped pleasing others. I stopped doubting myself, and I stopped procrastination. High five, Bethel. Sweet Bethel. High five. High five. Yes. Gabriel Leslie. Gabriel Leslie says, I stopped overthinking and doubting myself. I stopped pleasing people at the expense of my own well-being, and I stopped holding on to things and people who no longer add value to my life. Gabriel, high five. Gabriel, high five. Take it. Fantastic. Okay, I love this. I stopped talking about people having a private life, and also stop receiving bad advice. The Lord has delivered you, Prince Prince Will. The Lord has delivered you, Prince Will. I stopped seeing myself as ugly. Who says you are ugly, Grace? You're pretty. I stopped seeing myself as ugly. I stopped procrastinating my reading activities, and I stopped spending money on unnecessary things. Yes, thank you for doing that. Tonya Sowa says, I stopped pretending to be okay when I was not, and I stopped holding on to broken relationships. Thank you so much for this. Okay, I stopped being too concerned about people's business. You learn to mind your business, right? Mind your business. I realize everyone is responsible for themselves. Thank you, Lady Christie. Rachel, shout out. High five. You stop being wickedness. You stop being wicked. You stop being wicked. That is gutter behavior. Wickedness is gutter behavior. Thank you. High five. High five for this, Rachel. Thank you. Delight says, I started making good use of my talents that has not been in use for a long time. Okay, we're talking about things that you stop. Delight, you're coming late to the party. Good to see you, Delight. I stopped being too reliant on people, Alex Asemota. I stopped judging people, and I stopped taking affirmation from other people. Sendes says, I stopped saying yes to everything. I stopped listening to everyone's advice, and I stopped giving others more time than I give myself. You learn to prioritize yourself. Okay. Ochuko says, I stopped caring about what people would say, because people will always say something. Is their mouth. They can use it to say anything. And I stopped talking to people who break me down. Fantastic. I stopped accepting every friend request. I finally stopped postponing my service to God. Congratulations, Destiny. And I stopped trying to be what others wanted me to be than my own person, and no one can bring me down. Fantastic. Okay. I stopped lying to myself. Progress. I love this. I stopped following fake friends, and I stopped procrastination. Thank you so much for all of this. Saye says, I stopped procrastinating, I stopped being pessimistic, and I stopped doubting myself. Right? I stopped Tovia this time. I stopped associating myself with negative-minded people. I stopped being a people pleaser, and I stopped focusing on what doesn't add value to myself. I love this. Right? I'll take a few and then we'll continue the class. I stopped looking down on myself. This is Chidima. I stopped my shyness, and I also stopped associating with bad friends. I'm seeing a lot of bad friends everywhere. Is it that people are really bad? I'm seeing a lot of bad friends. I love this. I stopped self-sabotaging, and I stopped procrastinating. I stopped over-explaining. They will not understand. Even if you explain from now to next year, they will not understand. So you stop over-explaining. You started being the mother of your roommates. Mother Rachel. I stopped procrastinating on important tasks. Okay, Chidima. I stopped seeing limited perspective. I stopped being stingy. DK Success, thank you. And I give according to my capacity of the giver. Oh, Mr. Alex, I'm trying. You give in the capacity of the giver, not in the capacity of the receiver, according to Mr. Upgrade. Okay, so let's get into class today. There's a lot of this. I stopped procrastinating. Finally, Ezekiel, I stopped procrastinating. Delight, you stopped procrastinating. I stopped allowing people to use me. I stopped doubting myself. I keep my distance from people who doesn't believe in me and talk down. I stopped letting others make my decisions for me. Fantastic. I stopped over-explaining myself to people. I stopped entertaining unnecessary drama or stress, and I stopped procrastinating on important things. Yes, this year I stopped being wicked. I love this. Thank you, Tope Adebayo. Thank you for stopping your wickedness. That is gutter behavior. I stopped making certain excuses for myself. I stopped taking nonsense from people in the name of your friends. And I stopped feeling insecure in myself. Tejiri, I see you. Well done. And finally, I stopped putting myself down whenever I make mistake. I stopped being friends with people who take from my life but don't give back. And I stopped saying yes to everyone. I think we should have a session on friendship, because a lot of people have been talking about bad friend. What do you guys think? Should we have a special session on friendship this holiday? Let me know if you want us to have that session. If you want us to have that session, just type friendship. A special session on friendship is not part of our schedule because a lot of people have been talking about friends. Do you guys want us to have a special session on friendship? If you want us to have that, type friendship in the comments. If you want us to have a special session on friendship, type friendship in the comments so I know you want us to have a special session on friendship. I stopped thinking about my dad's death. Sorry about your dad's death, Nabulele Daniela. And I am now better than myself last year. Sorry about your dad's passing in Nabulele. Jesus, nobody say BI people are witches and wizards. Jesus. So you guys want us to have a special session on friendship. Okay, I will see what will happen. We can have that session on Friday by 10 a.m. 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Somebody remind me, right? Somebody remind me about that session. A session on friendship this Friday by 10 a.m. to 12 noon, right? 10 a.m. to 12 noon. A special session on friendship. Please, you guys remind me about that so I can plan and prepare myself for it. Hope 20th is not Friday. Okay, Saturday, fantastic. Okay, so we'll do that on the Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Okay, so let's get into class. Thank you so much for your feedback. I see all the friendship, which means we really need to address this issue of friendship and get it over with. Somebody say BI students and fake friends. Jesus. Are you for real? Jesus. BI student and fake friends. My God. Are you for real? Anyways, we're going to deal with that issue of friendship and we are going to help us to fix that root cause of friendship that we need to fix. So remind me, 10 a.m. on Friday this week, we'll handle that session on friendship. It's a very special session and it's also going to be a combined session. So look forward to it on Friday. So let's get into our class for today. Thank you so much for the feedback so far. Let's get into class for today. Okay, so let's continue. So you see what we're able to do with the review. You are able to see the things that you learned, the things that you started, and the things that you stopped. Does this make sense for you? So you can see that regardless of how your year has been, you've made some progress. If you can look at the things you learned, the things that you started, and the things that you stopped, you have made a little bit of progress, right? Okay, so let's look at accountability. Now, let me make this slide a little bit bigger so you can see this. Now, accountability, it is the obligation to answer for one's action, accept responsibility for them, and disclose the result in a transparent manner. Now, please follow me closely. Don't worry, we're going to handle the session of friendship on Friday. Please remind me, Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. On Friday, we're going to handle that special session on friendship. So please remind me. Now, accountability is the obligation to answer for one's action, accept responsibility for them, and disclose the result in a transparent way. That's what it means to be accountable, right? And in accountability, there is responsibility, there is accountability, and there is answerability, which means when you're accountable, you are answerable to people. The people that are in your life, you are answerable to them. You take responsibility for the task you want to complete. You take accountability of ownership of the outcome. And then you are answerability of the duty to explain the results. Those are the key distinctions in accountability. It is your obligation to answer for your action, to accept responsibility for them, and to disclose the result in a transparent way, which means if you get a C in a course, which I don't hope you get, you should take accountability for that C. Don't say they gave me C. You know, we say that a lot. We say I got A, but they gave me C. They didn't give you C. You also got a C. So you should take accountability for your action. You didn't read as you should. You didn't answer the questions as you should. Take accountability for your action. Accept the responsibility for it. And then disclose the result in a transparent manner. Are you getting this? So don't blame anybody for the outcome of your life. Now, This session is a guide to ownership, responsibility, and result. Are we together? It's a guide to ownership. You are owning your life, having ownership mentality of your life. You are taking responsibility of your life, and you are making the results something that you want to see. Are we still together? Now let's make progress. Now, there's what is called the personal accountability contract. Please follow me closely. Are we still here? Follow me closely. Are we still here? There's something called the personal accountability contract, which means you must have at least your core values that you will never break no matter what. So, what are your 3 top core values that you must never break? Those are your personal accountability contract. What are your non-negotiable? What are the behaviors you will never do? Are you getting this? You must have your non-negotiables. It's part of your accountability contract. You must have your success metric. How do you measure success for yourself? Because success is personal. You must have your success metric. Right? Are we still here? And then you must have accountability partners. You must have somebody who you are accountable to, who you go and report yourself to every month to check up on the things you say you will do in the month. You must have your accountability partners. Back in the day when I was in student leadership, at orientation, I always paired leaders to have accountability partners from both campuses. Why? Because you must hold yourself accountable. Are you getting it? You must have your accountability partner. And then you must also know the consequences. What will happen if you break your commitment? These are your personal accountability contract. Your values, your non-negotiables, your success metric, your accountability partners, and your consequences. For some students, I'm the accountability partner, so they come and tell me what they want to do. I look at it with them, and then I hold them accountable. I tell them, oh, what you said you were going to do X, Y, Z. How far have you gone with X, Y, Z? So you as a person, you must have your personal accountability contract. Are you getting this, guys? Is this making sense? You must have your personal accountability contract. And the contract states, what are your core values? What are your non-negotiables? What are your success metrics? Who are your accountability partners? And what are your consequences? Are you getting this, guys? Is this making sense to us? Great. Let's make progress. Now, I like to rate ourselves with these questions I'm going to ask. Your personal accountability scorecard, right? Your personal accountability scorecard. So rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. I consistently do what I say I will do. Rate yourself. On a scale of 1 to 10. I consistently do what I say I will do. On a scale of 1 to 10, without using 7, rate yourself. Right? Follow me closely. Let's do this together. Remember, I told you today we are going to be very interactive. Right? We are going to be talking to ourselves into this conversation. On a scale of 1 to 10, without using 7, please don't use 7. Don't use 7. Don't use 7. Between 1 and 10, but don't use 7. Let's be honest with ourselves. Because one of the things about accountability is honesty. I'm going to tell us about that. I designed what is called the HAPS model. HAPS model. Honesty. I'm going to get there. Let me not get ahead of myself, right? So I consistently do what I say I would do. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate yourself. I see a lot of 5, a lot of 3, a lot of 3. Don't use 7, please. I see number 4, I see 5. Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. A big 8, okay, great. Somebody says 5, 5, 4. Fantastic. I love your honesty. 4. Somebody says 8. Please don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. It's accountability. Don't lie to yourself. Somebody says 1. Okay, great. Sweet Bethel says 8. Okay, good. Courage says 8. Okay, says 5, sorry. Lady Christie says 8. Offer says 1. Great. Okay, so let's take the next question. I acknowledge mistakes quickly and openly on a scale of 1 to 10. Rate yourself. I acknowledge mistakes quickly and openly. Rate yourself. We have gone to number 2 now. I acknowledge mistakes openly and quickly. Somebody says 10. Favors Azua. Fantastic. Please let me know the one you're answering. Question 2. I acknowledge mistakes quickly and openly. Rate yourself. Somebody says 3. Somebody says 5. Somebody says 4. Somebody says 5. Right? Prince Will says 10 over 10. Prince Will, 10 over 10. Are you sure? 10 over 10. Toye Sawa, 10 over 10. See, there's no point you lying to yourself, guys. You are not trying to keep score with anybody here. You are being honest to yourself. If it's a 10 over 10, fine. But I expect that we tell ourselves the truth, right? There's no point lying to yourself. This is you doing accountability of your life. Don't lie to yourself, right? The third question, I focus on solutions and not the blame. How do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? I focus on solutions and not the blame. How do you rate yourself? Number 3, I focus on solution and not the blame. How do you rate yourself? Somebody said 1. Somebody says 1. Somebody says 1. Somebody says 2. Okay. I like our honesty. Better says 6. Somebody says 1. Somebody says 3. Okay, fantastic. 4 over 10. Okay. Let's go to the next question. I follow through on commitment even when difficult. Rate yourself. I follow through on commitment even when difficult. Rate yourself. I follow through on commitment even when it is difficult. Rate yourself. Question number 4. Rate yourself on question number 4. Somebody says 4. Somebody says 4. Somebody says 4. Number 4. Somebody says 6. Why not 7? Because 7 is average. Somebody, if you are 7, you are in between good and not good. No, we want you to tell us what it is. So that's why I say don't use 7. Right? I don't want anybody using 7. Just tell me what it is. Somebody says 3. Somebody says don't use 7. I'm not going to type out any of the 7s I see. Okay, so the next question. The next question says, I seek and act on feedback. I seek and act on feedback. Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. I seek feedback and then I act on the feedback. Rate yourself. Do you seek feedback and do you act on the feedback? Rate yourself. Somebody says 2. Somebody says 4. Somebody says 4. Fantastic. Okay, the next question. I hold myself to high standards. I hold myself to high standards. What's your response to that? On a scale of 1 to 10, I hold myself to high standards. Somebody says 1. Somebody says 3. You hold yourself to high standards. Somebody says 2. I love the honesty in this class today. I love this. Okay, the next question. I help others to be accountable. I help others to be accountable. Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. You help your roommates, your classmates to be more accountable. Rate yourself. Somebody says 1. Somebody says 5. Somebody says 6. Fantastic. Somebody says 2. Somebody says 3. Somebody says 5. Okay. The next one, I learn from failures and I adjust. I learn from failures and I adjust. Let me see your response. You learn from your failures and you adjust. Let me see your response. Somebody says 9. Somebody says 3.4, 4/10. Oh, that's the number 3 question. You're coming late to the party. Nancy said 6. Somebody says 8. You learn from failure. Sweet Better says 10. Somebody says 8. 5, 3. I communicate proactively about problems. Next question. I communicate proactively about problems. I communicate proactively about problems. Somebody says 3. Somebody says 3. Somebody says 4. Somebody says 5. And then the final question, I take ownership of outcomes, not just tasks. I take ownership of outcome and not just task. What's your response for question number 10? Somebody says 5, 3, 5, 8, 5, 3, 6. Now, okay, guys, let me get back to the class again. Now, do you notice that this session is helping you to look at yourself? Are you getting this? This session is helping you to extract yourself. So it's not a talk kind of session. It's a deep reflection. That's why we said today's session is reflection and finance management. You are reflecting on yourself. You are looking at yourself with these questions and you are telling yourself the truth. How have I fared for myself? This is how you hold yourself accountable. Are you getting this? This is how you hold yourself accountable. Is this making sense to us? Right? Are we still here? Let me know that we're still here. Are we still here? We have over 149 persons in class at the moment. Are we still here? So let's make progress. So I would like us to go over this session again at our own time and be honest with ourselves and make the necessary adjustments for our life as we progress into 2026. Now, look at the accountability mantra that I want you to have. This is the accountability mantra I want you to have. You know, our L300 mantra is, I love BIU because it is where I met you. Right? How many of you remember that mantra? You see that that's how we end all our mail. I love BIU because it is where I met you. That's our L300 mantra. Now, your accountability mantra should be, I am responsible for the people I lead. I am responsible for the culture we create. I am responsible for the results we achieve. I am responsible for the problems we solve. I am responsible for the standards we set. And I am responsible for the example I set. Are you getting this? This should be your mantra. I am responsible for the people I lead. I am responsible for the culture that we create. I am responsible for the results that we achieve. I am responsible for the problems that we solve. And I am responsible for the standards that we set. And I am responsible for the example that I set. And I will always say, you are either the example or you are a bad sample. Remember this, guys. You are either the example or you are a bad sample. So this is your accountability mantra. I am responsible for the people I lead. I'm responsible for the culture I create. I'm responsible for the results I achieve. I'm responsible for the problems that I solve. I'm responsible for the standard that I set. And I'm responsible for the example that I set. And like I said, you are either the example or you are a bad sample. Don't be a bad sample. Be the example. By the way, people are still typing numbers. We've passed that phase already. So you need to probably refresh your YouTube so that you can get to speed where we are now. We have left on a scale of 1 to 10, we have left there. So stop typing numbers. We are past there. So that is gutter behavior. If you are still typing numbers, it's gutter behavior because I don't know what you're typing numbers for. We are past that session. We are now at the accountability mantra session. So you probably will need to refresh your YouTube so that you can get to where we are now. So you are not listening from behind. Are we together? Don't be listening from behind. Are we still here? Like I said, you are either the example or you are the bad sample. So let's make progress. People that are typing numbers, stop typing numbers. You are past that stage. You are disrupting our flow. Please stop typing numbers. That is gutter behavior right now. Stop typing numbers. These are the issues. These are the issues. Refresh your page, guys. Refresh your page so you can come to where we are. We are past that place of numbers. Refresh your page. I'm still seeing numbers. These are the issues. And with the numbers, they are even lying. People are saying 10 over 10, 10 over 10, 10 over 10. Why are you lying to yourself with accountability? Why are you lying to yourself with accountability? Tell yourself the truth. You're putting 10 over 10, 10 over 10. Why are you lying to yourself when you're doing accountability session? Edna, almost Saige, 10 over 10 in everything. You are lying to yourself now. Please refresh your page. See, people that are typing numbers, is either they came late or they don't know what we are doing. They're just seeing numbers, they're just typing. So that's gutter behavior now. That's gutter behavior. You're just typing numbers, you don't know what it is. If the number is sending you to hell now, you are typing it, you are just going to hell. You're just typing. Please refresh your page, please. Okay. So they don't disrupt our flow. Are we still here? Guys, are we still here? Fantastic. You see, I'm paying attention to everything that's happening. So please help me to focus. Because I just kept seeing numbers, numbers, numbers. What are the numbers for? Great. Tovia is here. Thank you. Fantastic. Yes, Vanessa is here. Fantastic. Oh, we are here. Okay, so I can make progress now. Not the one I was seeing, number 10, number 10, number 10. Are you Milo Messi? What's all the 10 for? Fantastic. Gabriel is here. Leslie is here. Thank you so much. My people are here. Yeah, these are my people. These are my farm. Right? These are my farm. My farm, guys. You guys are farm. Is that not how you guys say the Gen Z? You're farm, man. Farm. Okay, so let's make progress. But are you enjoying this session? Are you learning something this morning? Right? Are you learning something this morning? Umuna, clock it, clock it, clock. If you are learning something, clock it, clock it, clock it, clock it, clock it, clock it. Okay, let's make progress. So when it comes to modeling accountability, what to do when you are modeling accountability? Number one, you admit your mistakes publicly and specifically. Are you getting this? You admit your mistakes publicly and specifically. So don't just say, oh, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? Are you getting it? Don't just say, I'm sorry. What exactly are you sorry for? This is you modeling accountability. You admit your mistakes publicly and specifically. Number two, you give credit generously and specifically. You give people their credit. You give them their flowers. Gen Z will say give them their flowers, right? You give them their flowers. You give credit generously and specifically. You give credit. And then you set clear expectations of yourself and you follow up. You set clear expectations and you follow up. And then you create a transparent reporting system. You report to your accountability partner, a transparent reporting system. When it comes to accountability, you should never lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. And then you reward honest failure as a learning opportunity. So you made a mistake, you take it as a learning opportunity. And then you hold everyone to the same standard. This is how you model accountability. You admit your mistakes publicly and specifically. You give credit generously and specifically. You set clear expectations and follow up. You create transparent reporting system. And then you reward honest failure as learning opportunities. And then you hold everyone to the same standards. What to avoid. Now we have told you what to do. Let's tell you what to avoid when you're modeling accountability. What you have to avoid. Please refresh your page if you are just coming and stop asking gutter behavior questions. Somebody's asking, are we writing tests? Are we doing this because of test or attendance? You should have sense now. You should have sense. Please refresh your page if you are just joining so you can bring yourself up to speed because you are minutes behind. Now, what do you need to avoid when you're modeling accountability? Number one, avoid the blame game. And I say this all the time. In the blame game, everybody loses, nobody wins. Remember Genesis 3, Eve started to play the blame game. In fact, Adam started to play the blame game. He said, it was the woman that gave me. Eve said, it was the serpent that deceived me. They were playing the blame game. If you are modeling accountability, you don't play the blame game. Because in the blame game, everybody loses, nobody wins. Are you getting this? In the blame game, everybody loses, nobody wins. Adam blamed Eve. Eve blamed serpents. But all of them got punished. So in the blame game, everybody loses, nobody wins. When you're modeling accountability, don't take credit for other people's work. Give them their credit. Don't take credit for other people's work. Give them their credit. So if you didn't do something, don't take the credit that you did it. That is you not being accountable. Are you getting it? Don't take credit for other people's work. So you see, when Delight will do a video for us, for L300, I will put in the comment, this video was done by Delight. I don't take credit for his work. Are you getting it? That's you being accountable. And then you must stop moving the goalpost. You must stop moving the goalpost. Don't say, okay, today we'll do it like this. Tomorrow we'll do it like this. Stop shifting goalposts. Stop shifting goalposts. Somebody said, the editors, you have more than enough clips of Dr. Upgrade this time. Did you guys enjoy that first call that they did? That call was amazing. Right? Stop shifting the goalpost. You must avoid shifting goalpost. So today you say one thing, tomorrow you say another thing. That is you shifting goalpost. You need to avoid it. Another thing you must avoid when you're taking accountability, stop having favorites with different standards. Stop it. It's gutter behavior. Stop having favorites with different standards. And I love this last one. Avoid shooting the messenger. So somebody comes to give you feedback and then you're talking the person down. You say, when you say, what are you doing with yourself? No, that is you shooting the messenger. Avoid shooting the messenger. Take the message. Are you getting this? When you're modeling accountability, avoid shooting the messenger. Take the message. Because the message is for you. The messenger is not your business. Your business is the message. So avoid shooting the messenger. These are what you need to avoid when you're modeling accountability. Let's make progress, guys. Now, there's what is called the accountability framework. That is what is called the accountability framework. When holding others accountable, state the expectation. When you want to hold other people accountable, state the expectation. State it clearly without judgment. Number 2, state the gap factually with evidence. Don't use hearsay. Don't use gossip. State the gap with evidence and facts. Because I see that people lie a lot in BIU. Students lie a lot. In fact, some of the things I've heard people say about me in BIU, all of them are lies. Like all of them. You say, oh, Mr. Alex is this, Mr. Alex is this. All of those things are lies. I don't know where they cook up those lies from. If you want to say things about me, let it be fact. Let it have evidence. Have receipts. Stop spreading lies and rumors. It doesn't make sense. It tells a lot about you. Because your perception of me is a reflection of you. Are you getting it? Your perception of me is a reflection of you. People lie a lot, and they lie a lot about me. I don't know why they lie a lot about me. They've said things that I never did. They just keep lying. Say the truth, right? If you want to be my friend, come around and be my friend. Don't be saying bad things. Don't talk trash about me. It doesn't help you. It tells a lot about you. It tells a lot about you. I'm not using other example, I'm using myself. What I've heard people say about me, when they tell me myself, I'm shocked. Are you for real? Is that me? Is that me or somebody else? And they're saying it with their full chest. You are lying with your full chest. You're spreading lies with your full chest. Are you like? I don't know. Before this one go and enter call part 2, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Right? When you're holding other people accountable, explore reasons curiously, not accusingly. Explore reasons curiously, not accusingly. Right? When you're holding other people accountable, renegotiate the commitment. Renegotiate the commitment. You reaffirm existing one. You're holding people accountable. You renegotiate the commitment. And then you agree on the next steps and the follow-up. Somebody says the perception I have of you is based on what I've heard. And you've heard many, truth be told, many of the things you've heard about me, they are lies. Literally. I've heard things about me too. Many of the things you've heard are lies. Many of the things you've heard are lies. They are not true. They don't exist. They are cooked up stories for people who want to be my friend but don't know how. Literally. They are lies. And people who lie and add God's name to it. Like, are you for real? They lie with the name of God. As well, let's not go there. Let's not go there, please. Let's not go there. Now, when you are being held accountable, now the first set is when you are holding others accountable. You state the expectation, you state the gap, you explore reasons, and you renegotiate commitment, and you agree on what next step and follow up. Right? Then when you are being held accountable, you listen fully. You don't do defensiveness. You listen fully when they're holding you accountable. You listen. You clarify understanding. Is this what you are saying? You clarify understanding. Then you acknowledge the gap. You are right. I didn't do this. Right? And you explain. Don't excuse it. You explain. Don't excuse it. and then you commit to resolution. What will I do? What I will do differently is, this is when you are being held accountable. So you see, in scripture, in 2 Samuel chapter 12, when Prophet Nathan came to speak to David about what he had done in 2 Samuel 11, where he had taken Uriah, he had killed Uriah and married Bathsheba, Prophet Nathan came in 2 Samuel chapter 12 to tell him what he had done. And he used the story and said, oh, there are too many in your kingdom. There's one man who had everything, and there's another man who had just one sheep. And the sheep was like a family member. He used to eat with them from the same plate and the same cup. And then one day, this rich man had a guest. And then he went to take the one sheep from this poor man and keep the sheep for the guest. The moment he said that, David was angry. He said, in my kingdom, such a man, he will pay 7 times. This will happen to him. As David was saying all of those things, Prophet Nathan said, O king, you are that man. You are that man. You had all the women in Israel, but instead you went to take Uriah's wife and you also killed Uriah. And David repented. Are you getting it? So, when you are being held accountable, you listen fully. David listened. You clarify understanding. You acknowledge the gap. You explain, don't excuse it. It's to resolution. Moving forward, I will do better. That was the difference between David Okay, so apologies for that. We had a little bit of network challenge, but we are back now. Let me know that you can see me and you can hear me. We are back now. Thank you. Thank you for that. We had a little bit of network challenge. We are back now. Okay, so this is where we were. So the accountability conversation framework, right? Which says when holding others accountable, state the expectation, state the gap, state, explore the reason, renegotiate commitment, agree on what next step when you're holding others accountable. But when you are being held accountable, listen fully, clarify understanding, acknowledge the gap, explain, don't excuse, and commit to resolution. Commit to resolution. Please refresh your page so you can get back to speed. Please refresh your page. Refresh your page so you can get back to speed. Now, I want you to read this to yourself. Read this out to yourself, guys. Read this out to yourself. We say you are always accountable. The only choice is whether you acknowledge it proactively or you have it revealed to you reactively. Choose accountability, not because you must, but because it is the path of becoming who you are capable of. Choose accountability because it helps you in the path to becoming who you are capable of. So please refresh your page so you can come back to speed. We have a little bit of network downtime for a bit, but we are back now. So refresh your page so you can get back to us, right? Refresh your page. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So remember this. You are always accountable. The only choice is whether you acknowledge it proactively or you have it revealed to you reactively. But choose accountability, not because you must, but because it is the path to becoming who you are capable of being. So you cannot become who you're capable of being without accountability. Are you getting this? Is this making sense? Now, this is what I told us I was going to tell us about earlier. It's called the HAPS. Can you hear me loud and clear? Let me take that feedback first before I continue. Can you guys all hear me loud and clear? So I can be sure before I make progress. Can you all hear me loud and clear? If you can't see me, refresh your page. I'm there on your screen. Refresh your page if you can't see me. Let me know that you can see me loud and clear before I continue. If you can't hear me, refresh your page. Let me know that you can see me and you can hear me so I can make progress. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Loud and clear. Fantastic. So you can see me and you can hear me so I can make progress. Fantastic. Okay, so let's make progress. Great. You can hear me, you can see me. Fantastic. You can hear me, you can see me. Fantastic. Okay, so let's make progress. Now, I told us earlier about the HAPS model, right? The HAPS model. Now, I designed this one myself. You won't find it anywhere. This is what I created for myself, the HAPS model. Now, what is the HAPS model? It talks about honesty. When it comes to accountability, there must be honesty. That's why when we're answering those questions earlier, I told us to be honest with our answers. Don't tell yourself you are a 10 when you are a 9 or when you are a 6. Don't tell yourself you are a 8 when you are a 2. There must be honesty. Are you getting this? In accountability, there must be honesty. Don't lie to yourself when you want to take accountability of your life. Because you lying to yourself is that you are not telling yourself the truth. Let's say you have C's in your results, and then you go and tell your parents you have A's. You are lying to yourself because your CGPA will reflect the true nature of your grade. Somebody say, what if they are actually that mature, but they are feeling, but you feel they are lying? No. In accountability, there's honesty. In the HAPS model, there's honesty. There's acceptance. You accepted that this is where you are now, but you want to make progress. Remember the prodigal son. He accepted the fact that he was eating with swine. Luke 15, verse 17. Scripture says, and he came to himself. Acceptance. He said, I will arise and go back to my father's house. I will tell him that I'm no longer worthy to become his son, but he should make me one of his higher servants. Because in my father's house, the higher servants have enough to eat and to spare. So why do I suffer and languish in hunger? That was acceptance. In accountability, there must be acceptance. You accept your reality. That is the only way you make progress. Are you getting this? So first, there's honesty. Next, there's acceptance. The next is that you learn from what you have gone through. I tell people this all the time. You should grow through what you go through. Let me say that again. You should grow through what you go through. So you grow through what you go through. That's you learning. Are you getting this? You should learn. It's part of accountability. You are honest, you make acceptance, you learn from it. And then you make a plan. It's part of the HAPS model of accountability. You now make a plan. And then you start again. And you can see this HAPS model in the life of the prodigal son in Luke 15. He was honest with himself. He accepted what he had done wrong. He learned from it. He made a plan to go back home. And then the father restored him to sonship. He started again as a son. So this is the HAPS model of accountability. Honesty, acceptance. You learn, you plan, and you start again. This is the HAPS model of accountability created by Dr. Upgrade. You won't find HAPS model anywhere. This is my own creation. This is from the Upgrade side of life, the HAPS model. Are you getting this? Yeah, you grow through what you go through. That's you being accountable to yourself. You grow through what you go through. Are you getting this? So this is the HAPS model. Never forget this. Honesty, acceptance. You learn, you plan, and you start again. Now, let's go over some reflections. Let's go over some reflections, right? You know, on this journey so far, we've been having a lot of personal reflections. So let's go over some reflections again. What did I gain this year? Reflect. What did I gain this year? Reflect. What did I lose this year? Reflect. Right? Who did I become this year? Reflect. Who did I cut off this year? I know I always tell people this, that nobody cuts you off. You are the one that hand them the scissors. Are you getting this? Nobody cuts you off. You are the one that handed them the scissors. So if anybody cuts you off, I have a scissors somewhere. I'm trying to look for it. Yeah. If anybody cuts you off, you are the one who handed them the scissors. Are you getting this? So nobody cut you off. You don't say, oh, they cut me off. No. Nobody cut you off. You are the one that gave them. You say, take the scissors. You are the one that handed them the scissors because of your bad character and your gutter behavior. so they cut you off. So do reflections. Who did you cut off this year? And who also cut you off this year because of your gutter behavior and your bad character? Right? What did you regret this year? Reflections. What did you regret this year? Reflections. What made you the happiest this year? Reflection. Right? What was your biggest win this year? Reflection. And you must do this with the HAPS model. Honesty, acceptance, learn, plan, and start again. Do this reflection with the HAPS model. What was my deepest struggle this year? These are some of the questions you need to ask yourself when you're having reflections. So don't just go and eat Christmas rice, see Santa Claus, and all of that. Have reflections about your life in 2025. What did I gain this year? What did I lose this year? Who did I become this year? Who did I cut off this year? What did I regret this year? What made me the happiest this year? What was my biggest win this year? And what was my deepest struggle this year? These are things that help you to have reflections for your year. You know, our conversation today is on accountability, reflections, and finance management. Because when you have these reflections, it now helps how you can able to look at your finance. Has L300 helped you this year? Yes. If you have followed L300 this year, it has helped. Whether it was our holiday tax, whether it was our TRAME session, whether it was our film festival, whether it was our short movies, L300 has helped you this year in your journey, in living out the vision that we set out. Are you getting this? So you must tell yourself the truth. What are the things you gained this year? What are the things you lose this year? Who did you become this year? Who did you cut this year? What did you regret this year? What made you the happiest this year? What was your biggest win this year? And what was your deepest struggle this year? Do these reflections with the HAPS model. Honesty, acceptance, you learn, you plan, and you start again. Is this making sense to us? Are we learning something? Right? So let's get to finance management because we're about to wrap up and then we'll take a lot of questions. Finance management. Now, when it comes to finance management, it is not just about budgeting. How many of us make a budget here? How many of us run our finances on a budget? Every month you have a budget that you work with. How many of us do that? How many of us work with a budget? Let me see a show of hands. How many of us work with a budget? See this, guys. Finance management is not just about budgeting. It is the conscious and systematic process of optimizing resources to achieve your life goals while building security and freedom. That is finance management. It is optimizing your financial resources to achieve your life goals while building security and freedom. See, your financial future is created by what you do today, not by what you will do tomorrow. Are you getting this? Your financial future is created by what you do today and not by what you will do tomorrow. So start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. I'll say that again. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. My friend, Steve Harris, will always say this: it is not what you don't have that limits you, it is what you have that you don't know how to use. I'll say that again. It is not what you don't have that limits you. It is what you have that you don't know how to use. So when it comes to finance management, the compound effect of your small, wise decision made consistently over time create extraordinary results. Remember, the goal of finance management is not to die with the most money, but to live the most meaningful life possible, using money as a tool rather than being used by it as a master. Somebody said L300 has helped me this year, especially holiday tax part. Fantastic. That's why when people don't do holiday tax, I keep wondering. I was telling the LSD class the other day, when I was telling them about CV writing, I said, when you're writing your CV, your volunteering service is part of your work experience. And if you have been in BIE for 4 years or 5 years, you already have 4 years or 5 years experience because you worked in 4 or 5 different companies in that 4 or 5 years. Are we getting this? Is this making sense? So don't go and use AI to do holiday tax. You're cheating yourself. Someone fabricates letter of acceptance in a company that doesn't exist. You're cheating yourself. Because when you need to now put it in your CV final year, you don't have what to put because you lied all through. Like I said, not be me you they do, and yourself you they do. Not be me you they do, and yourself you they do. Yes, it's not what you don't have that limits you. It's what you have that you don't know how to use. Now, let me ask you a question before I go to the next slide. How many of you believe that you can save ₦1 million in a year? How many of you believe you can save ₦1 million in a year? Somebody said that's not true. We don't use AI. Are you the one that see the holiday tax submission? I'm the one that see the holiday tax submission now. Why are you saying you don't use AI? Am I not the one that see the submission? Am I not the one that see the submission? Are you the one that see it? You can only speak for yourself. You can't argue what I know. You can't argue what I know. So let me give you a simple formula for you to save ₦1 million in a year. Simple formula. You break it into your yearly goal, your monthly tax, your monthly targets, your weekly your goal, your targets, your task, and your do. Okay, let's not take it too far. Since you're a student, let's say you can save 500,000 in a year. Yes, let's use that mathematics. 500,000 in a year. 500,000 in a year is equivalent to about 45,000 every month. Right? Saving 45,000 every month can give you equivalent to 500,000 in a year for 12 months. Right? Or saving 43,000 thereabout, or 42,000 thereabout in a year. See, who is this person? Okay, I know what to do. You're going to chop being banned right now, so no problem. And you are not God. Who's this? Who is this? Are you okay? Big Afro girl, 55. That's why you can't even use your real name. You are not. Okay. Thank you so much for displaying your gutter behavior in public. Thank you very much. Okay. So let's assume, let's break it down. Somebody that wants to say 500,000 in a year. Now, you break it down into your yearly goal. So the yearly goal is 500,000, right? That's your yearly goal. Then you break it down to your monthly target. Divide 500,000 by 12 months. What's the figure? Somebody help me in the comments. Divide 500,000 by 12. What's the figure? Do the math. 500,000 divided by 12. Let's do this together quickly. 500,000 divided by 12. I'm about to show you how it's possible for you to save 500,000 in a year. 500,000 divided by 12. Divide 500,000 by 12. Please, somebody do that maths. Who's doing the maths? 41,006. So let's say 42,000. Thank you. 42,000. Now divide 42,000 by 4. Divide 42,000 by 4. Divide 42,000 by 4. Somebody divide 42,000 by 4. For 2,000 by 4 is 10,005. So divide 10,005 by 7. Divide 10,005 by 7. Divide 10,005 by 7. Somebody divide 10,005 by 7. 10,005 divided by 7 is what? 1,500. Are you sure? So, this is how you can easily save 500,000 in a year. Number one, you have the goal, the yearly goal, which is 500,000. Yearly goal 500,000, right? So write that down. Yearly goal 500,000. The monthly target is 42,000. The yearly goal 500,000. The monthly target 42,000 every month. Now, the weekly task is 10,005. The weekly task is 10,005. And then the daily do, what you have to do daily is 1,500. So somebody do the math. Save 1,500 times 365. Somebody do that math now. Save 1,500. 1,500 times 365. $1,500 times 365. Do the math. Somebody do the math quickly. 1,500 times 365. See the total. 547,500. You have even saved more than 500,000. So who here cannot save 1,500 every day for a year? Who here cannot save 1,500 every day for a year? Are you seeing what we are talking about? Who here cannot save 1,500 every day? 1,500 every day is equivalent to skipping one meal every day. $1,500 every day is equivalent to skipping one meal every day. So this is how it works when it comes to finance management. You must understand the following things. First, you understand earning. Next, you understand spending. Then you must understand saving. Then you must understand learning. And then you understand investment. This is the cocoa of finance management. For those of you who are students, for most of you who are students here, your earning comes as a result of your allowance. Your earning comes as a result of your allowance. But then, many of you do a lot of reckless spending. You do a lot of reckless spending. And then many of you don't have savings. Let me ask us a question. How many of us actually saved this year? You have money in your savings, whether it's your piggy vest, whether it's your calorie wise, whether it's your money back. How many of you actually did savings this year? If you did savings this year, you'll be smiling to the bank this December because you saved. Somebody said I tried that, but I failed. That's not what teaching you this now, finance management. See, one of the things that help you with finances is to learn about finances. You must learn about finance first. You see, when I said save 500,000 in 1 year, it looked impossible. Now that you broke it down, does it not look it's very possible to save 500,000 at the end of the year? Answer me. Somebody say you have 20,000 weekly allowance. If you have 20,000 as weekly allowance, in 4 weeks you have 80,000. In 4 weeks you have 80,000. So in your 20,000 per week, so you cannot save 1.5. You cannot save 1.5 per day for something that is for your finances, for your future. See this, guys. When it comes to finance management, it starts with your learning. Right? You learn more about finances to improve your finances. I was speaking to the young men with purpose recently. I told them, when we come in January, I'm going to tell them how they can use their skill to make money. Because we had this conversation also. We had a conversation on finance. Shout out to our young men with purpose Heritage Campus. We had a meeting, a physical meeting before we went home. And we discussed some personal things, which I will not share here. But one of them is finances. And trust me, next year, we are going to go hard. In fact, we're going to have a meeting before next year so they can plan before they get into next year. Somebody say, what about those who don't get allowance holiday? At least your December allowance still came before you went to. Your December allowance still came. Are you getting this? So it's to have a goal, your yearly goal, your monthly target, your weekly task, and your daily do. And I tell people this, anyone without a goal is no different from a goat. Write that down. Put that in Mr. Allen's score or Dr. Upgrade's score. Anyone without a goal is no different from a goat. So you must have a goal for your finances. Somebody says not realistic. I don't know what is not realistic here. You are the one that did the breakdown. What's not realistic here? You broke down 500,000 to monthly goal that gave you 42,000. You broke down monthly goal by 4 weeks that gave you 10.5 per week. You broke down the 10.5 by 7 days that gave you 1.5 per day. What is not possible there? Because you don't have financial discipline. That's why they say, that's why you are going to listen to Gege. You are going to the University of Gege. Anyone without a goal is not different from a goat. Remember, it's not what you don't have that limits you. It's what you have that you don't know how to use. It's what you have that you don't know how to use. Some of you have monthly allowance of 100,000, even 150. Yet you have no savings, and you think you are doing yourself. You think you are doing me. You are doing yourself. Because by the time you graduate, your allowance will cease. Your allowance will cease. NYC allowance is 77,000. It's not up to your 150 you are earning now for allowance. So this is time for you to have financial prudence, financial sense, financial wisdom. You can save online. There are so many apps to save online. Right? So many apps. There's Money Back app. That's the app I currently use for savings. I don't use Piggyvest because Piggyvest, the interest is low. Money Back app gives you 2% interest every month, and they can give you your interest upfront. They give you 28% of your investment every year, and they can give you upfront. That's the one I recommend. That's the one I use, and I've shared it on the WhatsApp channel several times. They even talked about it during Jam Summit. For those of you who went for Jam Summit, are you getting this? Is this making sense to us? It's better you save online than to save physical, because if you save physical, you'll be having access to it. All those colo does not work. You yourself will go and break the colo and take the money. So don't save physical. Don't save physical. Anyone without a goal is no different from a goat, and you are not a goat. You are not a goat. You have sense. You are not a goat. Somebody say consider the external factors. What? Have discipline. Stop looking at external factors. Stop looking at external factors. Excuses at its best are good reasons for bad results. They are the tool of the incompetent, and they that use them are not wise. I'll say that again. Excuses at its best are good reasons for bad results. They are the tool of the incompetent, and they that use them are not wise. So stop making those excuses. Remember the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your finances should go for your needs, 30% on your wants, and 20% on your savings. Is the 50-30-20 rule. Some of you, what eats your money the most is data. Sometimes you don't need to be online. It's data that eats your money. You don't need to be online. Because that's why you just go to TikTok or go and play. You save that money. Use free Wi-Fi on campus. You don't need to be buying data all the time. Somebody say printing is dead. Oh my God. Let me not even go there. Let's make progress, guys. Let's make progress. Now, 2026 in view. Remember, we did 2025 in review. Everywhere go just blow. Everywhere go just blow. Everywhere go just blow. Okay. Let's do 2026 in view. Remember, we did 2025 in review. Let's now do 2026 in view. Let's do 2026 in view. What 3 skills do you want to learn in 2026? What 3 things will you stop in 2026? And what 3 things would you start in 2026? ICT Wi-Fi doesn't have password. And you can go and ask them for the password, actually. Campus Life Wi-Fi has password. You can ask them for the password. You see, that's why you need to build relationship. Build relationship. They will give you Campus Life password. You can sit under the tree and use it. Build relationship. Everywhere go your blog. Gen Z, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Everywhere go your blog. So, 2026 in view. What three skills do you need to learn? What 3 skills do you need to learn? 2026 in view. What 3 things do you need to stop? You need to tell yourself that and be honest with yourself. 2026 in view. What 3 things will you start? Now take note. Here I say you need to stop things before you start. Because if you don't stop some things, the things you did not stop would stop the things you are trying to start. I'll say that again. If you do not stop some things, the things you did not stop will stop the things you are trying to start. So that's why I say you need to know the things you need to stop first and stop them before you now start the things you want to start. Otherwise, what you did not stop will stop what you are trying to start. Somebody is asking for link for attendance. So everything we have been saying in this class is attendance that's in your mind. That's the gutter behavior. That's the gutter behavior. Write down this epic quote. This is my quote. Came from me. And I've been saying this for over 10 years now. This quote, I've been saying this quote for over 10 years now. The new year has nothing of itself to make anything new. In fact, I actually have a frame that has this quote, but it's at home. It used to be in my previous office in Campus Life. I used to have a frame that was made by L300 for me of some of my quotes. And this is one of the quotes that is there. The new year has nothing of itself to make anything new. If things are to become new and dream become real, it is entirely up to you. Are you getting this? Never forget this quote. Very soon we are going to be shouting, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Yes. But remember, the new year has nothing of itself to make anything new. If things are to become new and dream become real, it is entirely up to you. It's entirely up to you. It's entirely up to you. The new year is just a change in the dates in the calendar. If you do nothing, it doesn't affect anything on your agenda. Are you getting this? Is this making sense? So guys, this is it for this conversation. Let's take questions. We are done. We have 20 more minutes to take questions. We are done. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's take questions. Have you had a great time? Have you learned something today? Right? We have come to the end of accountability, reflections, and finance management. And I've told us the things we need to reflect on. 2025 in review, and then 2026 in view. Are you getting this? So we have seen the review of 2025. Now we have 2026 in view. What are we going to do now that we're going into a new year? So let's take questions. Let's take questions. So you see why I wanted us to have a combined session for everybody. And so far, we have only 150 persons in a class combined of over 4,000 students. We have only 150 in the room. We have only 150 in the room in a class of over 4,000 students. But it's okay. I'm glad for the 150 of you who are here, right? I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you have learned something, and I'm glad that you go and practice your learning. So let's take questions. Somebody is still typing 54,500. Do you see? They don't even know why we use 54,000. See, someone, oh my God, oh my God. Jesus, gutter behavior. Sir, as an upcoming entrepreneur, what advice would you give me, sir? The advice is start with what you have where you are, because what you have is enough. Start with what you have where you are, because what you have is plenty. Are you getting this? Start with what you have where you are. Are you getting this? Let's take question. Nothing is going to happen with your online saving. Nothing will happen with your online saving. Nothing will happen. Just the same way you have your money in your Kuda, your OPay, your PalmPay, any of those your accounts. Nothing will happen to your online savings. People have been using piggyvest for years. People have been using money back for years, right? Nothing will happen to your online savings. It's as safe as your regular bank account. Nothing will happen to it. Someone said, I learned something new today. Fantastic. Thank you so much for learning. Somebody said, how can you have a saving of 150,000 monthly? I don't know. From what I have shared, you can go back and do your analysis on how you can have 150,000 monthly. What about those who receive money during school period? So you plan for the holiday time, you will not receive money. So you save more in view of that time, you will not receive money. That's what you do. Remember in Genesis, when there was famine in Egypt, there was 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine. The 7 years of plenty was to prepare for the 7 years of famine. I have a book that I wrote in 2020. The title of the book is Don't Save Your Way into Poverty, because a penny saved is still a penny, right? The book is about finances, right? About money management, how to make money, how to save money, how to grow money, right? The book is about $87. You can find it on Amazon. It's on Amazon. You can go and buy online. It's there, right? You can also send a DM. We can give it to you, right? Now, you prepare for the dry season in the rainy season. So the times where they will not be giving you monthly allowance during the holiday, you prepare for those times with the time you get monthly allowance. Guys, it is possible to save 500,000 in a year just by saving 1.5 every day. It is possible. Take that up as a challenge for next year. It is possible. You yourself, you will be shocked. Everywhere not go just blow. You will be shocked that you save that in a year. Explain about stock, sir. Please, you need to go and read up stock on yourself, or send a DM. We can talk about that privately. Right? I've just told you the basic part of finance, which is budgeting. And I told you that you need to understand your earning, your spending, your saving, your learning, and your investing. Right? Yeah, somebody said you can start with 1,000 daily. Yes, you can start with that. It's better to start with something than not to do anything. You can start with 1.5 per day. You may not get to 500,000. At 1,000 per day, you get 365,000 at the end of the year. It's still better than nothing. Are you getting it? Like they say, half bread is better than puff puff, as long as the half bread is not spoiled. Exactly. It's about discipline if you want to save. That's why I've been saying financial management is about discipline. It's about discipline. Buying shawarma is not important. Going to watch movie in Canada is not important. Discipline yourself. That's finance management. Discipline yourself. Thank you for your word of advice. God bless you, sir. Thank you, Destiny. Can I bring down my budget to about 300,000 for a start? So I think I can be considered. Yes, you can start with this. Like I said, start with what you have where you are. You can start with this. Start with this. So that by the end of the year, you can look back and say, oh, I have 300,000 I saved this year. And when you start saving, let me not forget to add, you cannot put that saving in an investment app. So as you are saving, you are getting interest on your savings. That's why I recommend Money Back. MONIBAC. Check it on your Play Store. It's there. Money Back. MONIBAC. Go and download the app, install it, and use it. You can be saving every day. There's what is called Money Pot. You can be saving every day, or you can do Money Lock, where you lock the money for a fixed period of time. But what I've told you now is like the Ajo everyday contribution, but on an app. You can put your money there, they'll be withdrawing it every day. Or you can be putting the money there every day. It depends on what you want to do. Go and download Money Back. MONIBAC. Money Back. Download the app, install it, and use it. And if you have questions, reach out to me. I'm sharing with you my own secret that I use. Not everybody will share their secrets, because I believe we'll all be great and we all know ourselves. Is that okay? We'll all be great and we all know ourselves. Let's go back to taking questions. I'm loving the wisdom, sir. Thank you so much for loving the wisdom. I learned a lot. Thank you so much. Please be my mentor. Your wisdom is too much. Oh, send a DM. Why not? Send a DM. Talk about that. You should be in the Young Men with Purpose group chat. We're already there, right? How about the 3 months some of us don't get allowance? Yes, don't worry. We'll figure it out for you. That's why you are putting your money in a place where they are giving you interest every month. So the interest will be able to help you make up for those months you don't get allowance. And besides, some of you are doing courses where you still stay in school all year. You are doing med lab, you are doing nursing, you are doing medicine, you stay in school all year. Right? Somebody says, on what we need to avoid while modeling accountability, you stated something about stop having favorites with standard. It wasn't really clear to me. Can you please throw more light on that? Yes. Stop having favorites with standard in the sense that stop having people that to some level you hold them to a certain standard, to some other level you hold them to other standards. No, don't have favorites. Have everybody up to the same standard. So don't excuse some things for some people and accept some things from other people. Have everybody to the same standard. Don't have favorites. Don't have favorites. Are you getting this? Don't have favorites. That's what I mean. Somebody says it's all about mindset. If you set your mind to do something, you will achieve it. Thank you so much, Harris Innocent. What practical habits help stay consistent with long-term savings, especially when income is small and consistent? The practical habit is discipline. No long story. The practical habit is discipline. Discipline yourself. Some of you eat 3 times daily. See, eating twice or once daily will not kill you. It's part of the discipline. Because something must suffer if you need to discipline yourself. I can always say, if you want to be satisfied, you need to make sacrifice. It is the sacrifice you make that will help you to become satisfied. So something has to suffer. So instead of eating 3 times daily, instead of going to VMK, reduce where you're going to eat your food. You will still be fine. Your body system will adjust. Take lots of water, take lots of fruit. You'll be fine. Right? The practical habit to stay consistent is discipline. Discipline. What is the best online business idea for students? I've shared that before in the class, Making Money as a Student Masterclass. I'll share the link on the channel when we are done. Take that course, it will help you. Making Money as a Student Masterclass. We've talked about it in details. We talked about it in details there. Yes, I love your being true to yourself. Start with the 300,000 target, Sylvia. That works. Start with that. It's still better than nothing. It's called Money Back. Money Back. MONIBAC. That's it. Money Back. Money Back. Look for it on your Play Store. That's it. Money Back. Money Back. Right? That's it. Look for it on your Play Store. It's there. It's there. I've shown us the app here before now. Look for it on your Play Store. Let's not go that again this time. Look for it on your Play Store. It's there. What other question? How can we reach out to you? I dropped my number on the Telegram group chat. Okay, let me drop my number here again. 234-803-6666-845. That is my one and only number. Yes, that's my personal number. That's my only number. Yes. So you can reach out on WhatsApp. That's it. So can you please break down for people that would like to save 1 million a year? This thing that we said now, do it for 1 million. Orepo, this same thing that we said now, Oluwadarasimi, that's Nifemi, HRA Nifemi, congratulations. This same thing that we said for 500,000, break it down for 1 million. You get the same result. The goal of 1 million. For 1 million, you need to save 100,000 every month. For every week, you need to save 25,000 every week. For every day, you need to save about 4,500 every day. And you will get 1 million at the end of the year. Same breakdown. The same breakdown. Don't worry, I'll send us a podcast that I did on goal, task, target, and results. I'll send it to us on the WhatsApp channel so you can listen to it. Immediately this class is over, I'll send it on the WhatsApp channel. So you listen to it. So let's take more questions before we call this a wrap for today. Somebody says, what if we start something that can generate money, but you can't finish? Still discipline. You finish what you start. You must finish what you start. That's why you need an accountability partner. And that's why you need an accountability system. You finish what you start. For the money back app, what does the saving amount start from? You can start with 0 naira. You can start with any amount. You can start with any amount. They have no fixed range. You can start with any amount. So if you download the app, you can reach out to me. I will guide you on what you need to do. Right? Yeah, you can start with any amount. I have students who have started doing it and they are already enjoying it already. Somebody say, oh, mercy wisdom. Everywhere go your blow. Everywhere go your blow. Okay. How about someone with a health condition? So, Father, we pray for the person having a health condition. We ask that you heal that person completely in the name of Jesus. Amen. I have dropped my number. Oh, she's your sister. Oh, thank you for clarifying that. Shout out to you and your sister, HRA. There's no amount limit in money back. No amount limit. It's money back, not money back. Thank you. It's money back. Food is a need, yes, but you don't need to eat 3 times daily. I didn't say don't eat. I say you don't need to eat 3 times daily. Thank you so much, Destiny. You want to talk about business advertisement? Okay. Business advertisement. We're running out of time. So remind me about this or send me a DM personally. We'll talk about this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Remember on Friday, we have a session, a special session on friendship. How many of you are going to be there for Friday's session? A special session on friendship on Friday. How many of you are going to be there? Having a relationship with people that are driven with purpose, learning to save and spending wisely, very important. Money back has age limit. Yes, you have to be from 18 and above. Yes, you have to be from 18 and above. You have to be from 18 and above. Yes, because you have to put in your BVN, so you have to be from 18 and above. Yes. Like I said every time, the Lord has so much wisdom. Thank you so much. I really learned a lot today. Thank you so much, Asibo. Oh, who's gonna be here? Who's gonna be there on Friday? On Friday for our special session of friendship. That day, I'm not going to be using slides. We're just going to talk, right? You ask your question, I'll profess solution. Is that it? Are we clear? That Friday, I'm not going to use any slide. It's just me and you. You ask your question, I'll profess solution. Is that okay? It's just going to be a strict conversation, honest conversation. None of you are not up to 18 yet. Tell your elder ones to register for you first. Okay, so guys, I want to say a very big thank you to all of you that have joined to this session. You guys are amazing. Hope you learned something. So in the comment, type, how was this session for you today? How was the session for you today? I want you to comment. How was the session for you today? Type in the comment. How was the session for you today? In one word, how was the session for you today before we call this a wrap? Let's take feedback on the session. How was it for you? It was awesome. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was awesome. You can use your OP, right? But money back gives better interest though. But you can use your OP. It was powerful. It was impactful. I learned a lot. How was the session for you too? It was great. I enjoyed myself. I had an amazing time. You guys are the reason I came to work today, actually. I had an amazing time at this session. Thank you for asking me to give my own feedback. It was impactful. It was great. It was very impactful. It was awesome. I learned a lot. Educative and impactful. Session was quite interesting. Friday was going to be even more interesting. Friday is another banger, right? Another banger. Yeah. Friday, special friendship session on Friday, right? Special friendship session on Friday. I look forward to it. We'll take all your questions, profess solution. It's going to be very practical as the word practical, right? I can't wait for Friday. Session is so nice. I enjoyed it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is where we get to call it a wrap for today. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are super amazing. Enjoy your holiday, and we'll see ourselves on Friday for our special session. Today, we didn't have up to 200 persons in class, but for the 177 persons in class, thank you. Thank you for being in class. Thank you. God bless you for being here today.
The fruit of faith, that fame spread far and wide. With hearts of joy, we sing of peace, stand firm in in truth and honesty. Gold and white for excellence, academics with godliness, building leaders, all in faith for all endeavors. The future holds, forward we go in good faith. God is our help, our guide, we shall never fail. Forward we go in good faith. God is our help, our guide, we shall never fail.